Self-sufficiency by 2020, is that a realistic or an ambitious time frame?
I think and self-sufficiency maybe is the right way to describe it as opposed to independence, because I think that the two terms infer a different mindset. So I like the use of self-sufficiency, energy secure by 2020 for the U.S. It's apparent to us has become a realistic aspiration now. We're already the world's largest natural gas producer. We're producing, last year, our crude oil production surpassed levels not seen since the 1980s. And it's expected that we'll continue to add to crude oil production capacity over the next 2 or 3 years. So I think it is realistic that the U.S. could be energy self-sufficient, energy secure by the end of this decade.
China's shale reserves, are they bigger than what the U.S. holds, number one? And when do you think they will be commercially realizable?
Well, China's in-place shale reserves, at least by every geologic assessment that I have seen, would indicate they're larger than the U.S. However, there are a number of attributes of China's shale gas reserves that make them particularly challenging. Most of these reserves or these formations are buried much deeper than they are in North America. Many of them are in very remote areas where there's not infrastructure to support their development. Many of them are in areas that are very difficult terrain, so building drilling sites and roads to them is challenging.
Final question, Rex. When you consider oil demand in the U.S. as a reflection of overall economic activity, are we seeing real escape velocity in the U.S. economy, number one? And number two, was the Fed right to taper on that basis?
In my view, the Fed was correct in beginning its taper. In terms of the U.S. economy, I think my view is the same that you would hear from many U.S. businessmen. Our sense is that the U.S. economy is very well positioned to begin a steady and potentially robust recovery. Why is it not happening? And I think the reason it's not happening is we continue to deal with a relative amount of uncertainty around fiscal policy in the United States, and what's been an extended period of the last 2 to 3 years of uncertainty around a number of areas of regulatory impacts.